Hey friends, and welcome to this new video dedicated to Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Today we really have a lot of interesting things to talk about. In these days, Mob Entertainment has been publishing a series of images, a real countdown that has been guiding us toward a very important moment. And today, finally, the last image of this series will be released. This countdown is not random, but is clearly connected to New Year's Eve. In fact, a special themed artwork will be published. And we already know that it won't be just a simple decorative image. As often happens with Poppy Playtime, it will be full of hidden details and secrets that will probably anticipate events, characters, and revelations related to Chapter 5. By carefully observing the countdown images released so far, a fundamental detail emerges. If these images are put together, like pieces of a puzzle, they clearly form the symbol of the poppy flower. The poppy flower is one of the most important and symbolic elements in the entire Poppy Playtime universe. It is not just an aesthetic reference or a simple logo, but represents something much deeper, connected to the lore, the experiments, the factory, and perhaps even the fate of the characters we know. For this very reason, today I want to focus on this symbol, analyze its meaning, and understand what role it could play in Chapter 5 and in what awaits us in the coming months. During the video, we will therefore connect the countdown images, the meaning of the poppy flower, and all the possible theories that come from it, trying to understand what Mob Entertainment is trying to communicate to us before the big New Year reveal. Before we start though, as always, I ask you for a little support. If you enjoy the video, leave a like because it helps the channel grow a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already, activating the bell so you don't miss any updates about Poppy Playtime, theories, news, and future analyses. That said, I'd say we can start with the core of the video. First of all, let's start from the origins of the series, meaning from the very moment when the story of Poppy Playtime began. To truly understand the importance of the poppy flower, we have to go back to Chapter 1, because that's where Mob Entertainment left us the very first crucial clues. In the opening cutscene of Chapter 1, we see a letter that the main character of the game receives. This letter is one of the most important elements of the entire saga, because it contains a sentence that, looking back, has an enormous meaning. In the letter it says, "Everyone thinks the staff disappeared 10 years ago. We're still here. Find the flower." That simple phrase, "Find the flower," is anything but random. It's a direct and mysterious message, almost like an order, that immediately places the flower at the center of everything. And it's not just important at a textual level, because on the same letter we can clearly see the symbol of the poppy flower drawn on it. From this alone, we can already understand that Mob Entertainment had planned this symbol from the very beginning, and didn't just add it later in the following chapters. But it doesn't end there. If we reach the ending of Chapter 1, right before entering the corridor where Poppy is located, we can once again notice a large drawing of the poppy flower symbol on the wall. It's a very visible and almost unsettling presence, placed right at one of the most important moments of the chapter. This further reinforces the idea that the poppy is not just a decorative element, but a true narrative pillar. With these details, Mob Entertainment wants to make us understand right away that the poppy flower is something extremely important, something that exists in the world of Poppy Playtime from its very foundations. It's not a symbol added later, but a concept that accompanies the story from start to finish. Let's also remember another fundamental thing. The game is called Poppy Playtime. The name of the poppy flower is therefore directly contained in the title of the game. And not only that, the main mascot of the entire series is named Poppy! This connection cannot be ignored. Title, mascot, and symbolism all revolve around the same element. All of this leads us to a very clear conclusion. The poppy is not just a flower, but represents something much bigger. Something deeply connected to the lore, the experiments, and the secrets of the factory. And the more we move forward through the chapters, the more this symbol seems to become central, until we arrive right at the countdown images we are analyzing today. Now let's connect to other very interesting information that helps us better understand the role of the poppy flower and the mysteries hidden in the factory. To do this, we need to go back to one of the documents, in particular the one dedicated to Experiment 814. This document is crucial because it shows us for the first time the existence of a substance called poppy gel. According to the document, Experiment 814 aimed to revive a rat using this special gel. However, as often happens in the first experiments, things did not go as planned. In the case of Experiment 814, the gel did not work. However, the next experiments were successful. This means that the Poppy gel was inevitably improved and perfected over time. And we can reasonably assume that it was thanks to this gel that all the living mascots in the factory were created, from Poppy herself to the other animated toys we know. The Poppy gel becomes a key element, not only for the factory's scientific experiments but also for the story and lore of the entire series. At this point, we can also connect this information to the first teaser trailer of Chapter 5, released some time ago. In that teaser, we see the presence of a mysterious red substance. Let's remember that the poppy is a red flower. It is not a random color but probably chosen to create a visual and symbolic link. So this red substance we see in the teaser could be precisely the Poppy gel mentioned in the Experiment 814 document, suggesting that Mob Entertainment is hinting at the presence of this substance in Chapter 5 and, perhaps, its role in the creation or functioning of the new living mascots. These connections between documents, experiments, and teaser trailers clearly show us that every detail, from the red color to the mysterious substance, is never random. Now let's talk about what will happen today and in the coming days, because we have finally reached the moment everyone has been waiting for, the release of the last countdown image. After days of anticipation and small clues released by Mob Entertainment, today we will see the conclusion of this series of images. And we already know it will be a key moment in previewing what awaits us in Chapter 5. This last countdown image will be important for at least two reasons. The first reason is obvious. It will be the concluding image of the countdown, marking the end of this particular teaser sequence that has accompanied us over the past few days. The second reason, perhaps even more interesting, is that it will hide new secrets to discover. As often happens with Poppy Playtime, every detail is carefully crafted, so even this seemingly simple image will be full of hidden references and symbols to analyze. We can already start imagining what this image will look like. Looking at the previous images, we can assume that Huggy Wuggy will probably be present, either in the foreground or clearly visible, accompanied by red stripes that connect to the other three countdown images released in recent days. These red stripes are not random. If we connect them all together, they will form the symbol of the poppy flower, confirming once again how central this element is in the game's lore. Once again, therefore, the poppy returns, present in documents, teasers, and countdown images, becoming a constant thread running through all the chapters up to Chapter 5. But that's not all. Let's also remember another very significant detail. Right in front of the entrance to the secret laboratory, the one we reached at the end of Chapter 4, we saw a cultivation of poppy flowers. This presence is not casual and clearly suggests that poppies will play a very important role in Chapter 5 as well. Not only as a symbol, but perhaps also as an element connected to experiments, the factory, and the mysteries that Mob Entertainment has promised to reveal. So, let's get ready. Today, we will see the last countdown image. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. You are amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.